Hello and welcome to Women Veterans Engaged Host Location Information Webinar. I'm Melissa Washington. I am the CEO and founder of Women Veterans Alliance. And thank you for taking the time to learn more about how to become a host location for Women Veterans Engaged, April 27th, 2024. I'm going to share my screen and share some slides with you all here. All right. So I just want to go over just the event. If you haven't participated or don't know much about it, this is the place where you're going to learn more about Women Veterans Engage and what that looks like for you. So as mentioned before, this is April 27th, 2024. And I'll share a little bit more about the opportunity if you want to have an event April 26th, which would be the night or the day before a local event, you can do so. So I want to share our an infographic of our first Women Veterans Engaged, which was last year. So we're going on number 3 in 2024. Our first year, we had over 250 participants. That was both in person and online. We had 8 in-person locations with 14 community partners, and we had our 5 speakers. So if you're not familiar with how this works, is each a host location, you're a physical location where you bring people in person. Now, people are also able to watch online as well. But the purpose of Engage is, this is something I thought of before even COVID started, is how can we connect with more women throughout the US on one day? And granted, we know people may not want to travel, there might be other things, and of course with COVID happening, but I feel this is has been, and it will continue to be, a great opportunity for us to connect with women nationwide, especially with Women Veterans Alliance, as our mission is to connect with women, but also to connect with our community partners, to not only to connect with them, but also to share their information. Because what I find too is a lot of times we work in these silos and may not be aware of other resources that are out there. So this is a great opportunity to be able to showcase our community partners that are out there, give opportunity for our host locations to be able to welcome in women veterans. So there is an expectation for the site as far as the location, because with this, you're going to be broadcasting this event. So what that means is you'll need to have a computer, you've got to have some good Wi-Fi bandwidth, and a screen and projector. And with that too, the seats, I would say at least to have at least 10 seats for attendees to be able to sit in, and of course it to be a comfortable location. And also too, ideally, so here in Sacramento, we partner with American River College, a local community college. They have the facility, they have the capabilities as far as tech requirements, so that would be a must to be a location. Because what's going to happen on Saturday, all the attendees are going to be sitting down and watching the screen of the speakers that are going to be on that screen. So all locations will be watching the same speakers at the same time. Also too, we ask that you'll be able to promote this event both in your email, excuse me, social media, local media. If you're able to advertise the event on your website and to be able to capture registration information, because it's important that we have the registration information, and then that's sent to us in a specific format, and we'll send you a template. Now, if you're not able to capture registration information, we can provide assistance for you for the registration. So what it looks like on Saturday, April 27th, I broke it down in Pacific and Eastern, and granted, I know there's people listening here from locations that are Mountain or Central, but we're going to start at 9 a.m. Pacific time with the introduction. And then as you see, our speakers are for 30 minutes. The feedback that we've received over the last couple of years is, hour 45 minutes is just too long. So we're asking our speakers to do 30 minutes. We'll give a 5-minute break in between. And this break will give the opportunity for those to, if they need to get up, stretch, utilize the restroom, whatever they need to do. And then towards the end, we'll bring those 3 speakers back for a final panel. and then we'll close. So Pacific time will be done by 11:35, and Eastern by 2:35 will be the national broadcast piece with that. So an example of a program, so we'll talk about Saturday. So depending upon your location, you can bring in local speakers before or after. So whomever you might want to bring in locally that can speak to the attendees locally. You can bring in service providers, vendors, if you have ability to have exhibit tables. If you wanted to serve breakfast or lunch, if you wanted to provide some additional services such as hair, makeup, have a clothing boutique, provide massage. There's other opportunities you can to have for your attendees on Saturday. And then if there's interest to really bring really that, in a sense, like an offsite connectivity, local flavor event to have where you can have a paint night, a dinner, a comedy club. And here in Sacramento, we did a paint night. In Detroit, they did a where they rode around in Detroit to do a scavenger hunt. So there's just opportunity for opportunity to connect with your attendees on a Friday night in a different environment. So one of the things that we are doing here in Sacramento is we have we give out a Beyond the Call of Duty award. One goes to an active duty woman and one goes to a veteran. We've been doing this for the last few years, and we are going to take this event, which is we call it a soiree. This is going to be our Friday night event. So if you're looking for some ideas for potentially Friday night, this could be an opportunity. So I created the Beyond the Call of Duty Award to recognize women in our community. And so ours is pretty much our local drivable distance community. It's not a nationwide award. It's something where if someone's nominated, they need to come, so they need to be in drivable distance for that. And to highlight all these phenomenal women veterans and our active duty women, Guard, Reserve, that are going beyond the call of duty in our community. And I feel it's important for us to highlight all these amazing women. And as you see, this was our summer story that we had this year, excuse me, where we had our active duty and then our veterans with that. But one of the things too is after the first year, a change was made to Beyond the Call of Duty Award. And that came from, if we all remember, the 13 service men and women that were killed at the Kabul airport. And Sergeant Nicole G is right here from the same county that I am. And I went less than a week later, the city had a vigil for her. And I went to that vigil along with many, many others. And hearing her family, her teachers, her principal, others speak about this amazing young Marine woman and all her attributes, and I said to myself, I need to connect with her family because I want to honor her sister every year and name this award in her honor. So I connected with her sister. She said absolutely, gave permission for me to utilize her name and her image. So the first year we presented the Beyond the Call of Duty Award to her family. And going forward, which this year was the first year that we called it the Beyond the Call of Duty honoring Sergeant Nicole G. And it's an amazing event. And so what I want to offer all of you, whether you utilize this for Engage or any other opportunities, is if you're interested in having a Beyond the Call of Duty award, honoring a woman, whether she's KIA or whichever in your community, we would be more than happy to create the Beyond the Call of Duty logo with the text and then taking a photo. And then as you see how we had this drawn out of her. So again, if that is something you're interested in, let me know. Also too, we do have our process and our template for the application that we receive for these. So be more than happy to share that. So just let me know if you're interested in participating in the Beyond the Call of Duty. So the attendees that come, there's an experience, and they're, granted, they'll receive items, but it's all about the experience, about the connection and the inspiration, the motivation that they're going to receive from the speakers. But a really cool thing that we utilize, and we've been utilizing the Whova event app since 2016, which was our first conference. This is a fantastic way for women across the US to connect. So they'll be able to connect before Engage and then after Engage. So they can share information, they can view the speakers, they can interact with the speakers, they can learn more about your location. So it's a great way to share information all in one place of the app. So also too, our partnership with Thrive Cosmetics will extend to all of our host locations for Engage, and those locations will receive Thrive Cosmetics. If you're not familiar with them, of course, visit Thrive Cosmetics and learn more about their mission, as well as all of their amazing products. All of your attendees will receive that. Also too, they will also receive new jewelry. And then of course, between now and April, there may be other items too that we're able to send out from us. And then of course, there might be other things that you were able to get on a local level to be able to, we really want to be able to, bless our women veterans, ideally with new things, not used things. So you as the host, what are you receiving? So you're going to be part of this. You're going to gain visibility in the women veterans community. You're going to learn from this, whether you haven't done an event before and you need help, sponsorships, how to do that sponsorship, online visibility. So again, it's going to give you that additional visibility both on our website, on social media, being featured on the event app. So we want to make sure that you're getting the maximum exposure, not only to the attendees that are attending your location, but all locations. And another thing too to note is that the host locations, you do not have to be a women veterans organization. You don't have to be a nonprofit. If you're an individual, if you're a business and you say, hey, you know what, I want to be a host, I've got the place, let's do this. Absolutely. Again, this is all about community. It's not just about, a nonprofit or for-profit or whichever. This is about our community, being able to connect women veterans with each other and resources. And that's what Women Veterans is all about. Again, there'll be media opportunities, sponsorship opportunities, and as I mentioned, the Thrive Cosmetics. Also too, we are finishing up creating an Engage guide, which you will receive to be able to help you have the best experience for your attendees there as well. We want to be able to provide as much as we can to all of you. We know you're local, but to be able to share best practices from other locations. So this can strengthen you and hopefully strengthen you not only just for Engage, but potentially other events that you may do on a local level. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a call for speakers, coordinate all the speakers. We manage the event as far as the app, the list, our promotion, constant promotion. We do have a great social media presence, our email list, so we'll be potentially getting that out. Also too, depending upon your location, there may be some billboard advertising that we may be able to do with one of our partners. Because we want to be able to just have, generate that buzz, locally as far as nationally. We'll manage all the attendees if they join online, the tech support that's provided with the event app. And like I mentioned before, if you don't have a registration site, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We're going to have an online store that's dedicated to Engage. So whether it's you or your attendees can purchase items directly from the store. And there'll be several different items, whether they're shirts or notebooks or bags. And also too, for our host locations, if you're going to purchase a large amount of items, we can provide you a discount with that. But this also too gives opportunity if there's individuals that are attending, whether it's in person or online, that may want to order some items, they can do directly through our store. So there is an investment on your part, and it's $990, and that includes all of your unlimited attendees in person and online. So also to your attendees, it's not our primary focus, yes, is women veterans. also open to active duty Guard Reserve, spouses, anyone that supports women in the community, and they are more than welcome to attend. And they've had in the past at other locations as well. So again, the possibilities of attendees is not just limited to women who have served with that. And I'll talk a little bit more about what that investment is as a host location. So that fee is helping cover our our operational expenses, our staffing, logistics as well, and really enhancing the value, the experience that our attendees and you're going to receive as well. And for us, Women Veterans Alliance, we want to make sure that we continue to have high quality events that offer that valuable content and resources with that. So with that too, you as the host location, you have the flexibility. You can do your own pricing structure. So if you want to charge your attendees, $10, $20, that's entirely up to you. Also too, you may want to have sponsorships. We're going to include that in the Engage guide of ways you can find sponsors or letters that you can send out. And I truly believe, and this is, and you can, talk to the other previous participants, that this value and impact, this is going to far exceed your investment that you're going to invest in this event. So just an example, as I mentioned before, we will be having putting together sponsorships for national, but for you on the local level, this is between you and whomever those sponsors are. So whether you get breakfast or lunch is donated by Panera, example, maybe again, like I mentioned, you had $10 per attendee if you had 50 people come. Maybe you have space for exhibit tables and you can charge a small amount for those tables. Or if you have some other larger dollar sponsors, you can get a food sponsor, a session sponsor. Maybe there is grant opportunities that are out there that you've seen and you haven't had a program that would fit. So maybe this program could be a potential fit for that potential grant, whether it's professional development, economic development. I mean, there's so many categories that this event can fall in. Also too, for those nonprofits, I truly hope that you are reaching out to your local Walmarts for the local grants, because they do have local grants. Of course, there's also national, but definitely, I know the stores get lots and lots of requests, but you should be one of those lots and lots of requests, not only just for this event, but just for your program in general. So this is being recorded. So if you do have any questions, please reach out to me, Melissa at womenveteransalliance.com, or you can contact me through our website. And again, any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. We like to have decisions made as quickly as possible, as we want to continue to push out the locations. Even if you don't have your whole agenda lined out or logistics, as long as you say, you know what, we're a go. We will need payment at least 45 days prior to April 27th. So just to let you know, we can do payment plans. And again, if you have any questions, I am here to answer any of those questions you may have. And again, I probably went this quite quickly. I know that sometimes I talk a little fast. So again, I appreciate the opportunity and to be able to present this information to you. And I look forward to hoping to have you one of our partners for Women Veterans Engage 2024. Thank you.